Hello! What was it? 24th of November. Happy Thanksgiving! Yeah. Not in this country. Anyway, chat. Fans of Screen, GhostFace, whoever. Today, we're just going to do a quick video. I'm going to stop throwing mess about. Just take note of how this is. Look at that. Flat as a pancake. Flat as a pancake. Only bit sticking up his point of his nose. So let's see here. And yes, as you probably guessed, we're going to do a quick video today. Only a quick one, mind. On hair drying. Because I don't know why, but all of a sudden in the last couple of months or so, everyone's been asking, and quite a few fans doing it as well with the Facebook groups for the GhostFace and Screen people, saying, look, what's the technique to hair drying a mass? I think there's even one girl that I saw, I think I know you, isn't it, Jacqueline? She don't want a hair dry a mask because she's afraid of burning them. I'm like, well, you know, fair enough, don't harm your mask, but you're not going to burn them with hair dryer, not unless you've got a flamethrower in your hand. But the only damage I've ever done to a mass, and it was only brief as well, is on one of the, I haven't got one here, got a little one. It's on one of the ultra whites. I got hair dry a bit close to the matte black paint on the mouth, and it made a funny little mark, but you can't even notice it unless you look for it. I knew where it was because, you know, I did it. But, so yeah, mini ultra white there, 2011 Asda. Anyway, let's get on with it. So what technique is there to hair drying mass? Well, there isn't a technique as such. I'm just going to show you what I do. That's all it is. So the other night, I had a fan come on and said, hey, I'm looking for some 2010 zombie. I thought, well, that's alright, I've got a couple of flat ones. Maybe I can show him a picture after hair drying one and he'll want it. Not that they're bad masks anyway, I mean all the masks I've got are genuine, the Fun World. But a lot of them have been flattened because they're in storage boxes at the minute. Because I haven't got room to put all of them out at this time. Soon to be sold in future, and you'll see why at a later date. But yeah, I mean, look at the zombie. I've had to sit quite a way back for the camera because I want to get my knee in and my hair drying, you know, show people what to do today. But yeah, look at him. He's alright, but he's not in the best shape. He's been in a box a while. Same with the HN. But you know, look how his head's folded on that side. And this one, yeah, particularly this one, what's this, 2011, basically latex mask as fans call them, before the ultra whites, basically white. I don't know if this is the glow or non-glow, but basically this chap here, look how flat he is. He's just, you know, pancake for sure. So I'm just going to show you briefly just what I do, and this isn't the way to do it, this is just the way I do it. So there's no bigger-headedness. There's no, oh yeah, he does it like that, that's the way. No, it's just, this is what I do. No one told me ever what to do. I just tried it one day and, you know, the mask come out okay. So, what you got in there, mate? Oh, nice smell of vanilla. So anyway, here you go. Even though it's got a tag on, doesn't matter. So flat mask. Okay, it's hanging from the old tag. It's floppy. Look at him. Just see that point of the nose. Here against a black background on my top. Just see that point of the nose. And yeah. Shame that I'm doing this because he's going to go back in the box after. But a good example of this. So before the ultra whites, in glow or non-glow mask, God knows. But here we go. Shiny mouth, shiny nose, and he's seen better days. He's a bit creased up. So this is what I do. I just plonk him on the old knee here. I say I've had to sit back a bit just so you can get all this in. I had to place the camera back. And I just put the mask on my knee. So the top of the forehead, the back of the flap of the mask, you know, the back of the latex, the PVC, whatever it is. Basically, that's over my knee, just here. And then this hair dryer, I mean, you've all got different hair dryers, but on this one, the missus has got one with 3 settings for the heat. Number 1 being cool, 2 and 3 I think being warm. I put it on number 3, and within about 30 seconds, got bloody cat ears on him, damn cats. Within about 30 seconds, it's soft and pliable, I'll say. No kitty, get that way. Got neighbourhood Kitty here today saying hello. Yeah, hello. We don't know his name, we just call him Kitty. Kitty! No, alright, calm down. Right, let's get on with it then. So, hair dryer's on top heat setting. Now me, I go around the mask, forehead down the side, and I just go all over the mask. Basically get it all warm and get it so it's almost hot to touch. Alright, your knee heats up a bit. But, there we go, email. Probably Bing again. Oh, have you took advantage of this Black Friday BS? Shut up. So anyway, get the mask so it's hot to touch. And no, that's not going to damage your mask, not unless, as I say, not unless you got a flamethrower. So, you got a scratch on it. Oh no, it's a cat here. What, you had a scratch on him then? So this is creased up to hell, and you're going to see the difference in a minute. So hot to touch, here we go. There we go. Bit more, yeah, bit more. God, my knee's getting up. Just one little tip, when you see the mask moving about, when you put the, see it's not far off now, but when you see the mask moving about with the hairdryer touching certain bits, you'll see it moving, like the mouth moving or the nose moving. Then you know you're halfway there. Keep on. I mean, he's pliable now. Look at that chin. But a bit more. It's still very creased. You got to get him nice and warm so you can get rid of these creases and bumps. They actually look like he's been pummeled a few times with someone's fist. Soon be sold. Keep moving. Yeah. Same with the mouth. Getting hot. Right, one little, I don't know what you can see here on the video, but one thing I personally do, so this isn't the way, it's just a way. I get the bottom of the shroud here, underneath the chin of the mask, and basically I pull tight on the shroud and it pulls the latex down. And already I can see, just from pulling it now, half the bumps from the pummeling, as he looks like he's had, just from being flat in the box, he's starting to show his normal shape again. Even just looking now. I should have had two cameras for this, could have shown you two angles. I got two, but it's a long process to set up. Plus there's no one else here to film other bits. Now let's carry on. But straight away, I mean, you remember it's a flat mask, but straight away the mouth's sticking up again, he's got his curve back. See how hot he is. He's warm, but he's not super hot. Again, pulling on the bottom of the shroud, pull down here, basically on the mask, on the shroud, and stretch him downwards. Even on the sides, like here on the mask, it was folded inwards, and just from being sat so flat, the bit of mask here had folded underneath the shroud. So again, just pull that anywhere where it's appeared to have gone flat and folding into itself. Just pull on the shroud and that will pull the mask out. Also, with not touching the PVC latex, you're not burning your hand either. You're only pulling on the shroud, so it's a lot easier to do. Where you going, kiddie? It's in your house, Squire. So yeah, I can see it's still got a little bit more on the mouth. It's getting hot. See the mask moving again. See the top of his eye going up here. Oh, he's got to be hot because my knee is. So yeah, your knee gets a bit hot. I mean, anyone with a bit more sense than me probably put something on your knee, I don't know. This is just how I do it, as I said. Some people probably stuff paper in. Others probably stuff plastic bags in. Bear in mind with a plastic bag, if you get it too hot, obviously it's going to attach itself to the inside of your mask, which you don't want. So I've just always done it on my knee. I don't know why, I just tried it one day and it worked. So at the minute then, it's pliable. And I put my hand like this, just around the bottom of the chin. And I just hold it like that, if you can see on the camera. I just hold it and let it cool down. I press on the forehead over the top of my knee and I pull at the sides when I can get it, just to make sure he's not too folded in the inside of the mask. Majority of the time these are okay, but yeah, I can just sit and hold that now. I know 5 minutes or so sometimes, depends how flat the mask is, depends what mask it is. Like the zombies can take a little bit more. I mean, this it's not a stampless chin, but it looks like one unless you look a lot close, unless you look very close. But this is what I call the soft mould zombie, and you've also got what I call the hard mould zombie. Now, hard mould zombie's got the lines at the back of the chin, and the stamp recently found is actually right on top of the forehead, just here, right along that. Pull your shroud back and you'll see the made in China. Where are you? There you go. Made in Guangdong, if that's how you say it, China. So, I mean, this chap's drying. This is the glossy mouth on this, and he's okay, he's not burnt or anything. Basically just sit and hold it, and just remember how flat this was. But with the other night, me sending one of these to America to another fan, because he was after one. I says, oh look, you know, this is the shape it's at the minute. I sent him a picture, and he's messaging back, says, hang on, I'm just hair drying it, and the difference after the hair dryer, and he just put sold on the message. I thought, well, there you go. Just goes to show magic of a hair dryer. So, I'm still holding this. So bear in mind, the different types of masks may take longer, like the what I call the hard mould zombie, a lot thicker than the soft mould one. This is probably going to take a long time to get properly warmed up and hot, okay? Whereas the soft mould, within about 30 seconds, even with all the details on this, you think it'd probably be thick and hard to manage, but this was in 30 seconds, the other one of these, that's now on its way to Knoxville, I think it is. Basically, it was pliable within 30 seconds and I could just manoeuvre it and bend it about, and it got a nice shape at the end of it. The mask I think is a pain in the backside to do, because it's just how they are. It's just hard to say. Just the mould of the MKs, the squinty chap here. I've got one of these that we use in the Arnold Scream pathetic fan films, and no matter how many times I hair dry it and hold it on my knee and pull on the shroud, it just seems to spring back to the shape it was. But again, that's just showing its age, I think. And yeah, this is probably 99, 2000, 2001, I don't know, but black and red tag, alternate French yellow star on the tag there. So it's probably a tiny bit newer than the one I've got upstairs that I've recently re-tagged, but that's because I kept the original tag and now it belongs with the mask. But yeah, these chaps, the MKs, can be a pain. You can reshape any mask. but some just seem to hold particular shape. So if you're thinking, oh, I want me so-and-so me GhostFace black and red to look like a fantastic, you're not going to get it. You can't work miracles, not unless you're going to put a modification in the mask that's going to hold the latex and keep it a certain shape. You can't send a message in, say, hey, I've got this mask, I want to make it like a fearsome, I want to make it look like an Asine in Scream, what do I do to make the eyes different? You can't make the eyes different. It's just, you're warming up the mask moulds as they are. So November's kicking in, and basically you can just do what you do with them. I mean, if you want your mouth to stay completely flat like a Fantastic seems to be, then you're probably not going to get it depending on what mask you're warming up. But I'll just pull this one off now. You remember how flat he was? There you go, look, he's got his mouth curved back. His eye surrounds, bulges, whatever you want to call them, his eye sockets are sticking up again. And basically he's no longer flat, look at him. And to hold and look at. Oi, pack it up, bloody cats. Yeah, he's okay. I mean, you got this chap here. Bit more warming up, that'll go. And then it'll look like this side. It's just a bit of patience, a little bit more heat. I mean, you remember he's this has been stored flat in a box for a long time. I've had to sort through the boxes lately and sort of put them into types and stuff, like coloured ones, deluxe ones, the glows and non-glows, etc. And to say he's been flat for a long time, must be a couple of years easy. He's done okay for a quick air dry. Again, the curve on the mouth, look at that. He was flat before, pancake. You see the bit under here? Where it's folded in? Again, just a bit more heat under here. And he'll be fine. There you go. It needs a little bit more, but the main demonstration is, you know, complete. Sometimes you get the masks that go, you know, first time in the fine, other times you'll have to do it a couple more times with a hairdryer, but it pays off if you've got the patience. I'm just going to pause it for a minute. I'm going to do a zombie mask for you, but we'll be back in a second. So here we are. Not too bad shape. He's been on top of the hard mould zombie beneath him, so the harder mould zombie retains its strength a bit more and keeps this one in a bit better shape than the previous chap here, who was completely flat. But again, this one, he's sticking out at the side here, look. And he needs a reshape basically. 2010 zombie, softer mould as I call it. Not deluxe. But again, just remember, the thicker or the different type of mask are always going to be different. You're probably going to have to heat some of them up for quite a while sometimes. But majority of the time, easily done. I say there's no special technique. Just get the gits warm and hold them in shape. I mean, if some people do it on a polystyrene head and go around it, then that's up to them. It's not correct or incorrect. Just, as I say, remember what you're putting in the mask if you're trying to add some shape to it and want it to stay on whatever it's sat on. But just remember what's inside, if it's getting hot, if it's going to stick or melt, or, you know, God knows what else. So yes, on the old knee again, and let's heat him up. Takes a few seconds for this to get to top hot. As soon as it's hot, there you go, round we go. There we go. So at this point I don't really pull on the bottom of the shroud, that's more when he's hot. Putting on it a little bit. See this one, as you go around, I can see him flexing a little bit like that, just, you know, top of the eyes, bottom, the mouth moving and that. Whereas this one, he was rocking and rolling quite soon. Again, thinner material against, you know, zombie type. We see the forehead going in and out now. Just get him hot, that's the main thing, get him hot. The mask. See this one, he doesn't feel too hot at the minute, but to touch it is actually... That chin again, look. He's okay, he's getting there, a bit more. And watch how close I go, don't touch it, just, you know, about like that. About an inch or so. If it is a matte black mouth, matte black painted mouth on ultra white, whatever you're doing, go easy. I think when I did that one a while ago, it was just bad luck at the time. It was only a tiny little mark. I mean, I don't know where it is in the bundle of masks, but I know that if I look at every mouth on all the ultra whites I've got, which is about 50 of them, then I will see it. I do know it to look at. Yeah, the Zombo ones, the zombies, and these were the shiny mouth. It just seems, I don't know, whether it's just a tougher, more adhering paint, more, I don't know, a harder surface compared to the matte black, I don't know. But they just seem to be resistant to it. Bloody hot. Bit more. Bit more. I know, it takes a while. Then just circle around the mass. Eyes, forehead, eye, bottom of the mouth, chin. Jess, will you shut up? Damn cat. Anyone thinking of any late Christmas presents? Send me a mute button for any cat, will you? Gordon Bennett, man. You don't have to pick your time in. No, that way. That way. I'm busy at the minute. It's not kitty food time for 40 minutes. Come on. So this chap now, look at that chin, look at that chin. I don't know if you can see on there. It's flexible. And this, as I say, this is the softer mould zombie, one without the lines at the back of the chin. Which I actually got from the USA. One of the first two I got from an eBay seller. Cost me £130 for 2 masks. Yeah, I'm not going to keep the fingers like that. 2 masks, £130. Why? Because the daft so-and-so went and put on the invoice that there were 10 masks in the box at $10 each, or something like that. There was something, he'd put a value on them and he'd put the wrong amount of quantity. Yet it was a small box, and I said to the chaps at Parcel Force, I said, how the hell can you get 10 masks in here, you know, small thin box? Oh, I don't know, could have flattened them. I said, oh then mate. Whatever. So again, will you bug off? Thank you. Look at him. Jess, Postman Pat Cat, has appeared on other videos. Never do a video, he's got to get in. Right, so look here, top of the forehead over the end of the knee cap. Push that forehead down, get it over the knee. Okay, pull down on the shroud, get the bottom of the chin pulled. basically on the mast and sit and hold. Remember, this one wasn't super flat, but I can see a little thing on me camcorder screen, little square flashing on the mask. You know, like face detection. It's picking him. You got it, mate. He's got it. He was flashing like mad. Not getting me. He's getting that. Yeah, he's just getting the mask. But yeah, just sit and hold it. I mean, some people might want particular shapes, and again, you're not really going to get it. Like, I think fan Adam Turner recently gave us a mention, or me and the site at least. Big fan of Man About Horror, and I can see why. He said, look, you know, I've got, I think he said he had a fantastic with a funny eye and he needed to hair dry. I said, well, you know, try what you have to try. But at one time in the past I had a reshoot, and the inner of the eye socket had actually folded out rather than in. And I remember I put a bulldog clip on it after warming it up and just left it on, which did the trick, but in time I had 2 lines from the edge of the bulldog clip permanently on the mask. I thought, well, bloody hell, I'm not going to do that again. It solved the problem of the eye, but I made some marks on it. I mean, you have to look to find them, but yeah, I ended up with 2 little straight lines, and I thought, God, I didn't want that. But it solved the problem. So if you're going to put some sort of clip around the eye to try and hold some sort of shape, just make sure you're putting something in between the mask and the bulldog clip. I mean, that was the good one because it just holds, but maybe use something else, even a paper clip, because that's not going to do much harm. But again, just remember that you're getting these things hot. You're not trying to wreck the paint or leave permanent marks on the mask in any way. So this thing I can feel now is cool. It's actually quite cool. It's amazing how fast the heat just goes. But yeah, I think if I wanted this, how I did really want it to look, because I see some zombies on fans' pictures in the really nice shape. I think, God, I want one that's like shape. The softer mould ones. But again, let's pull him off. There you go. He's actually okay, him. He's not too bad. Again, there's no flatness there, is there? Look at him. Get a bit closer, I can see where I'm going. There you go. Alright, kiddie, hang on a minute. Shush! Bloody cats, man, honestly. 5 of the gits, and then a neighbourhood one as well. So you don't know his name, he just comes and says hello. But again, this bit here, look, it still sticks out a bit. You can solve this if you get them really hot. And to think that this mask is one that's actually painted afterwards during its manufacturing process, it's not wrecked the paint. The mouth's fine, the nose is fine, the overall detail, it's all fine. You're not going to wreck the shroud. Even if it's a deluxe, it doesn't matter. The main thing is get them hot. And then sort of try and bend them, put them over your knee, whatever, put them on a stand, pack them with something. As I say, just remember what you're getting hot. You don't want it catching fire if you put a load of carrier bags in. Not where it's going to catch fire, but you know, you don't want it melting. But yeah, it's not, I say, this bit here, that's bothering me at the minute, but I know this is going to go back in a box shortly. But you can get them, so they're both the same. One that always suffer with this is the HNs. Always see HNs like that. Seen a couple of pictures online recently where fans have reshaped them, and oh, they look so much better afterwards. But yeah, I mean, this chap's going back in its box because we're due to move soon, I hope. This side of Christmas, God knows, but yeah, it won't be going on display anytime soon because he'll be with the rest of them in his boxes. But it's okay, it's not too bad. Look, sabre flat. I mean, you see this. It's solvable. It's solvable. You can sort it with more heat, but so this was just a basic video. So look, if you got GhostFace masks that are flat, then you can sort them out with the magic of the hairdryer. Some take longer than others. Others, pretty hell, I've had some done in 3 minutes. You know, it just depends how bad they are or what they've been stored in, or how many masks have just been sat on top of them, basically. But there you go. One of the most famous masks I see that are always flat, as well as the HN, are these chaps, the T-stamps. Got this in a recent trade with another fan, Mr. Dufresne. Look at him, he's really flat. I mean, this here, I can get rid of that. And you see the eye? This is what I mean with the eye folds, you see. Sometimes they'll stick out. And I'm not complaining, Tim Dufresne, if you do see this. It's just, again, this has been in a box. Because, I say, we'll be moving soon. But the main thing is, how all the foreheads in here. It can be sold. See the eye there? Yeah. That can be solved. I might try that paperclip in a bit as well. But yeah, and again, flat as a pancake. Flat as a pancake. Notice how the mouth isn't sticking up like the others just have. And there you go, the hen's teeth of tags. The favourite rare saying, the hen's teeth. What he calls, what Tim said, oh, this is the spider tag. I said, yeah, I can agree with that. Like a black KSIS mask tag with spiders on basically, and it says on the back, distributed for a Target Corporation. So I'm guessing this is 99, 2000, 2001, I don't know. It says on the back, copyright 2000 Target brands. So yeah. Probably just post Scream 3 T-stamp, I'm guessing. Here's your famous T-stamp. I can see him, he's focusing. Turn him around. There you go. Okay. We're going to leave him anyway. And yeah, that's it for now. Basically, chaps, it's just a hairdryer video of how to reshape a couple of masks. That's the main sort of way I do it. It's not the way to do it, as I said before. It's not, oh, his way's the only way. You do what you want, but hairdryer, mask, some more time than others. Others within a couple of minutes, depending again on the mask types, the thickness of the actual mask itself, the type of mask, whether they're zombies, whether they're T-stamps, whether they're MKs. Fantastics, I've never actually done it on the pink Fantastic, but it's actually quite sturdy as per the norm, the pink one is. But again, it depends on what mask. Obviously you're not going to get any shape difference on the bleeding mask, are you? Why would you do it anyway? Bleeding masks are what they are. Crow mask is a solid mould, you're not going to do that anyway, because the crow mask is good because you can see how the mask is meant to be. Because it's just straight off the mould, solid mask, and it stays the same shape forever, doesn't it? Oi, what are you doing? But yeah, that's it for now, let's call it an end. Auf Wiedersehen. Thinking of my programming, Auf Wiedersehen, pet. See you later from Mr. T. And see you later from Zombo. And until next time, chaps, have a good Christmas, Happy New Year, because I don't think there'll be another video till after New Year. But there you go, that's your basic hairdryer on a GhostFace mask and a bit of reshaping. The main thing is, as I said before, just get them hot and you'll be okay. Don't flamethrower them, hairdryer only. Top setting if there is a heat setting, and not too close, probably about an inch away. But the ore mask, you do what you want. If you got a deformed one and you wreck it, I don't want to know. I don't want to see pictures. If you got one that you've done and it's turned out good, send some pictures. We'll put them on Twitter or on the site or whatever. But for now, see you later. As I said, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. See you later. And the kid is back. I'm going to let him out now. See you later, chaps.